Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden beneath the eternal sands of Egypt? Prepare for an exciting journey through history, as we reveal some of the most extraordinary discoveries that will leave you amazed. Can you imagine a mysterious lost city, recently discovered by archaeologists, shrouded in enigmas for centuries? Or think about standing in front of the lost tomb of an ancient pharaoh, whose treasures have remained untouched for millennia. Prepare to be amazed, as we explore the unexplored regions of Egypt's past, revealing incredible finds that have the potential to surprise everyone. Number 1. The discovery of an ancient Egyptian map from 5,000 years ago challenges the idea that Christopher Columbus was the first foreigner to reach America. This finding could change our historical understanding and require modifications to textbooks. Additionally, other finds, such as the Nagada culture and the mysterious Nubian egg, raise questions about the ancient Egyptian civilization and its knowledge of the Americas. The intricately designed egg includes depictions that some believe are pyramids, challenging conventional pyramid construction dates. The accuracy of the dating of the pyramids has also been questioned, and there is geological evidence to suggest that they could be much older than previously thought. Furthermore, the map included in the paintings discovered at Hannes shows surprising geographic precision, including the American continent, raising the possibility of transoceanic contacts much earlier than previously believed. These findings challenge our conceptions of travel and early interaction between civilizations, and suggest a complex network of knowledge and technology exchange in the distant past. Number 2. On the momentous and even more enigmatic centenary of the revelation of King Tut's tomb, a burial site has emerged that has captivated historians and history enthusiasts alike. Deep within the Saqqara archaeological site in Giza, an undocumented tomb containing the remains of a mysterious royal queen called Neith has been revealed. But wait, there is more. Alongside the grandeur of Queen Neith's pyramid, an astonishing collection of over 300 coffins and mummies from the New Kingdom period have been unearthed. Each beautifully decorated coffin displays unique facial features that allow archaeologists to distinguish between men and women. On these coffins there are old drawings. The most impressive thing is a gold mask of an unknown woman. The team of archaeologists found an unknown queen, which changed how we understand the past. They also found ancient objects such as games and figurines. These objects show us what the ancient Egyptians thought about life and death. This discovery in Saqqara helps us better understand ancient Egypt and how they buried royalty. Queen Neith's tomb has many amazing things and even more things we don't understand. Historians and archaeologists are studying these objects, and we hope to learn more about this fascinating civilization. Number 3. The infamous curse of the pharaohs remains a disturbing belief deeply rooted in the annals of ancient Egyptian history. According to this chilling narrative, any bold soul who dares to disturb the sacred tombs of the pharaohs will face dire consequences. Bound by a horrifying curse that transcends time and space, the origins of this disturbing myth can be traced back to the early 20th century, precisely in 1922. When British archaeologist Howard Carter unearthed the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, an event that would send waves of shock all over the world. Rumors of strange deaths and misfortunes among those who explored Tutankhamun's tomb spread quickly, leading to the idea of a curse. The ancient Egyptians believed that their pharaohs, even after death, had powers to punish those who disturbed their tombs. Although some believed the misfortunes were due to illness rather than a curse, the story remains an intriguing mystery. Some believe in the supernatural, while others look for logical explanations. This story reflects the mystery surrounding ancient Egyptian culture and human interest in the unknown. Number 4. When talking about Cleopatra, it is inevitable to mention her beauty. However, there is a problem. Most of the information about her queen comes from the Romans, who considered her a rival of hers. Imagine that your jealous colleague or your unpleasant neighbor characterizes you. To what extent would she be truthful? The same thing happened with Cleopatra. However, the Romans never found the queen's own tomb. According to legend, Cleopatra tried to fool everyone by hiding her final resting place so that it would never be discovered, and considering that the tomb has not yet been found, she may have succeeded. However, this could soon change with the discovery of Taposiris Magna. If the tunnels lead to a tomb, it could belong to Cleopatra and her husband, Mark Antony. According to Plutarch, when Octavian Augustus invaded Egypt with his Roman armies and captured Alexandria, Mark Antony committed suicide by falling on his sword and died in the arms of Cleopatra, who was subsequently buried next to him in the mausoleum. 2 weeks later, Queen Cleopatra followed the same fate to offer him tribute and allowed herself to be bitten by a poisonous snake. A tragic love story and all that. Until now, no other tomb has been found of a ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, that is, those who ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great. The tombs are all said to be in the palatial neighborhood of Alexandria and appear to be submerged, like the rest of the area. Number 5. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs often married their sisters or half-sisters, which may seem strange in our time. However, they had special reasons for doing so. One of the main reasons was to keep his royal lineage pure and ensure that the throne passed to his family without problems. They also believed that marrying close relatives had important religious significance. Pharaohs were considered gods on earth, and marrying relatives reflected the union of gods in ancient stories. Furthermore, these marriages helped build political alliances. They could unite different family groups and regions through marriage ties. Although it may seem strange to us today, at the time it made sense to them because of their beliefs and how they viewed royalty and religion. Ancient customs were often different from our own, and these family unions were an important part of the lives of the pharaohs and ancient Egyptian society. Number 6. Egyptian medicine demonstrated a remarkable degree of advance for its time, and has left records in ancient papyri dating back at least 5,000 years. These papyri provide valuable information about diseases, diagnoses, and remedies. Although in its beginnings, Egyptian medicine was based on spells and religious magic, doctors were already performing medical and surgical procedures. Among the most notable papyri are the Berlin Papyrus, the Iversi Papyrus, and the Com Papyrus, which focus on general pathology, gynecology, and pediatrics. The Edwin Smith Papyrus describes cases of trauma and reflects Egyptian knowledge of human organs, including blood vessels and the heart. Until the Persian invasion in 525 BC, Egyptian medical practices remained largely constant. They performed simple, non-invasive surgical procedures. They discovered the medicinal properties of local and foreign plants, offering various recipes in their papyri to treat health problems. For example, the Papyrus of Iversi provides more than 800 remedies, including topical ointments, bandages, and oral medications. The Egyptians also used metallic surgical tools, discovered in Karl's tomb, made of bronze. Surgery was common to treat physical injuries. They developed a triage system that categorized injuries into treatable, questionable, and untreatable. Among the tools used were saws, spoons, tongs, knives, drills, forceps, and more. Circumcision was a common practice, and they used prostheses such as artificial toes, eyes, and tongues. They possessed sound surgical knowledge of mummification and religious autopsy, giving them a proper understanding of human morphology. They even managed to correctly deduce the function of some organs. They understood that blood carried oxygen and removed carbon dioxide, and they were aware of the pulse and its relationship to the heart. They theorized about channels that carried air, blood, and water through the body, developing methods to treat diseases using laxatives that unblock these channels. The Ivers Papyrus mentions the enema as a method of administering medications in general. Some Egyptian medical practices, especially in the field of surgery, were effective, as described in the Edwin Papyrus. Ancient Egyptian doctors promoted hygiene and a healthy diet as preventative measures against disease. Furthermore, they possessed extensive medical knowledge that has baffled modern scientists. Number 7. Shipbuilding played a vital role in the Egyptian economy and culture. Using their understanding of aerodynamics, the Egyptians erected advanced ships equipped with adjustable sails and stern-mounted rudders. They pioneered the use of heavily armed ships, from small papyrus rafts to imposing vessels capable of carrying heavy loads. A notable example is the Khufu ship, a well-preserved vessel that would continue sailing today. Although it was not until 2400 BC, who managed to build ships capable of challenging the waves of the Mediterranean. During the Pyramid Age, Egyptian boats lacked keels, instead using ropes to prevent capsizing. Propelled by oars and tall sails, ships are recorded that ventured to Lebanon in search of precious wood. Around 1500 BC, the Egyptians mastered the construction of keels and internally reinforced hulls, giving rise to two types of ships: wide-hulled ships for transporting cargo and narrow galleys for war. On their sea voyages, the Egyptians were guided by sundials and constellations to determine their location. Some experts suggest that they also had knowledge of electricity, as underground chambers have been found beneath the Temple of Dendera that may have contained ancient light bulbs, as well as an object with striking resemblance to a light bulb. Although this topic continues to be debated among scholars, the possibility remains that the ancient Egyptians gave deeper scientific meaning to the images and texts they left behind. The Egyptians left an important legacy in astronomy, the accuracy of which is still relevant today. Although not considered an independent science in its time, Egyptian knowledge was deeply rooted in its religion and mythology. Number 8. Medallion of the Pharaoh. This find is about Pharaoh Akhenaten, an ancient and famous ruler. Akhenaten is known for his peculiar appearance that resembles that of a woman, which is unusual for a male leader. He was the father of Tutankhamun and husband of Nefertiti, a controversial queen. His medallion is the most discussed. It shows some sort of real ship or disc resembling a flying saucer, with an alien-like head on top. This has led to debates about whether aliens were related to ancient Egypt. However, the medallion only exists in photos, and we cannot be sure what it really meant to the Egyptians. Number 9. A peculiar phenomenon found in most statues is the broken nose, the Sphinx being one of the most notable examples. In the ancient pharaonic civilization, it was common for the nose of many of these statues to be broken or destroyed, for reasons still unknown. Some believe that this may have been because the nose was the most vulnerable and easily damaged part by thieves and looters entering Egypt. During some invasions throughout this period, it has been argued that the nose was considered the source of oxygen that provides life to the human body. Therefore, it was believed in the past that the spirit of the pharaoh inhabited the statue that had been sculpted for him. As a result, pharaohs often attempted to destroy the statue's nose to prevent the pharaoh's spirit from returning, reviving his life in the statue. In 2020, a discovery was made that aroused the curiosity and admiration of many scholars. A group of colorful coffins was found. It is said that each coffin had a different color, and this color represented something specific. Some owners of these coffins wanted their coffins to show their true image, so they chose to color them this way. This discovery became one of the most wonderful discoveries that attracted numerous tourists from different countries to visit them. In a tomb in the desert, about 30 kilometers south of Cairo, a group of scientists discovered around 100 coffins and about 14 statues made of gold in the Sahara Desert. Some of these coffins even contained the bodies of the pharaohs inside, making it a significant discovery that helped scientists. In 1922, a group of researchers managed to obtain many answers to the questions they had about a musical instrument that belonged to Pharaoh Tutankhamun, known as the trumpet. These musical instruments were used in some ceremonies and were made of wood, silver, copper or sometimes bronze. This demonstrates the skill of the ancient pharaohs in music and making musical instruments that are still used today.